Canada's allies show little inclination to wade into an escalating row between Ottawa and New Delhi over the allegations that Indian agents were involved in the killing of Canadian citizen Hardeep Singh Nijjar in Surrey on June 18th. Most of the leaders opted to treat the allegation as a matter still to be investigated, in spite of the fact that the Trudeau government feels it has enough information to make an accusation in Parliament and expel a diplomat. This is what Trudeau said.
Over the course of the summer, we have been working closely with our intelligence agencies who are moving forward in their analysis. We wanted to make sure that we had solid grounding in understanding what was going on in analysis and indeed in facts. We wanted to make sure we were taking the time to talk with our allies, to share what we knew. We wanted to make sure that we fully shared with the government of India the seriousness and the depths of our preoccupations and indeed conclusions. But Canadians have a right to know and need to know when things are going on like this, and that's why we made the decision to do this.
U.S. National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby on Tuesday said, "There are certainly serious allegations, and we believe in order to determine how credible they are, there needs to be a thorough investigation. Prime Minister Trudeau has called for that, and so we'll see how Canada moves forward on this. It's certainly well within their capacity to do this, and we urge India as well to participate and cooperate in that investigation," Kirby said, adding, "It is important to find out exactly what happened." US President Joe Biden was also reportedly highly concerned over the diplomatic row between India and Canada and has expressed concerns over the incident and deteriorating relations between India and Canada on the issue. But the Biden administration has said little publicly about Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's astonishing announcement that credible intelligence suggests a link between the Indian government and the June murder of Hardeep Singh Nijjar. The US doesn't want to strain its own relation with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi as it pursues its Indo-Pacific strategy to counter China's rise and forge new trade and diplomatic relations in the region, a strategy that is heavily reliant on India. Trudeau's announcement in the House of Commons sparked fierce condemnation from Canadian politicians and tit-for-tat expulsions of diplomats from Canada and India, who fiercely denied the allegation as absurd and motivated. But the White House was careful to note the investigation into Nijjar's murder has yet to be resolved in comments that urged India to cooperate, all without condemning the alleged link. White House National Security Council spokesperson Adrian Watson said in a statement that we are deeply concerned about the allegations referenced by Prime Minister Trudeau. We remain in regular contact with our Canadian partners. It is critical that Canada's investigation proceed and the perpetrators be brought to justice. Foreign Affairs Minister Melanie Joly told reporters in Ottawa on Monday that Trudeau raised the allegations with US President Joe Biden at the G20 summit in New Delhi earlier this month. Joly said she intended to discuss the issue further with allies at the United Nations General Assembly in New York this week. The Washington Post reported on Tuesday that Canada's Five Eyes allies, including the US, rebuffed private entreaties to publicly condemn the murder and India's alleged involvement. A senior Canadian government diplomat called the report absolutely false. The spokesperson for Joly's office said, "We'll continue to keep our allies, including at the official level, apprised of relevant information as Canadian security agencies work fast to get to the bottom of the matter." Apart from the US, Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese also refused to comment directly on the matter. Let's listen to what he has to say.
We don't talk about security briefings from Five Eyes. As part of the Five Eyes group. Well, I do have discussions with Prime Minister Trudeau, but one of the things that I do, unlike my predecessor, I don't send out text messages. I keep those discussions confidential. Justin Trudeau is a friend of mine. He's a fine Prime Minister of Canada. I was pleased to engage with him at the G20. He has expressed his concerns about this on behalf of the Canadian government, and the Australian Foreign Minister, Penny Wong, has also expressed concerns.
The Five Eyes, FYEY, is an intelligence alliance comprising Australia, Canada, New Zealand, the UK, and the US. UK Foreign Secretary James Cleverly put out a tweet that made no mention of India at all. It read, "All countries should respect sovereignty and the rule of law. We are in regular contact with our Canadian partners about serious allegations raised in the Canadian Parliament. Important that Canada's investigation runs its course and the perpetrators be brought to justice. For Canada's allies, the accusation presents the risk of alienating the world's most populous country, just least when they want to do so, according to the experts." A little background into the story is that Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, who had a rough time in Delhi during the G20 summit hearing accusations of harboring pro-Khalistan terrorists on his soil, alleged that agents linked with the Indian government had assassinated a Canadian citizen, Niger, on his soil and expelled an Indian diplomat. In fact, both countries expelled one diplomat each from their high commissions. Yesterday, Prime Minister Trudeau said that he doesn't want to provoke or escalate India. He said,
India and the government of India needs to take this matter with the utmost seriousness. We are doing that. We are not looking to provoke or escalate. We are simply laying out the facts as we understand them, and we want to work with the government of India to lay everything clear and to ensure that there is proper.
The Indian Foreign Ministry had earlier dismissed the Canadian allegations regarding Niger's killing as absurd and motivated. In a statement, it said, "Such unsubstantiated allegations seek to shift the focus from Khalistani terrorists and extremists who have been provided shelter in Canada and continue to threaten India's sovereignty and territorial integrity."